Whether you know it or not, there are so many things that can change very fast. Tomorrow, the entire world could just disappear, will all cease to exist. I could die tomorrow. God forbid that happen, but I could die tomorrow, and I just wouldn't even know. With that being said, you could also use tomorrow as a turning point for your life. You could make tomorrow day one instead of one day. There's no longer you saying, one day I'm going to do this, one day I'm going to do that. Tomorrow can be that day you finally take that first step. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, it never is. But the whole point was that you took that first step anyways. I I knew that this dopamine rewire was not going to be easy. I often worried that it might not turn out the way I wanted it to. I might not get the results I wanted. And instead of trying to configure it to the point where I had the perfect structure, I just did it anyways. I just started without having much guidance at all. I knew I was going to go for 2 weeks, but I didn't really know what to do in those 2 weeks. I was going to read, I was going to go outside more, I was going to journal, meditate, the stuff you normally do on a rewire. But then I got the idea to just make YouTube videos anyways. At first, I didn't even post them. At first, I was just making them, just the video, and that's it. And then I started posting private, just to like get my brain to realize, oh, he posted something, that was an accomplishment. Get my brain used to posting, right? And then I decided to go public. And right now, I don't have a single view on any of my videos. And I think that's good because it forces me to realize that nobody really cares. When you're new, nobody really cares. So if you're starting something out, don't expect the whole world to see you and then to judge you. They're going to be a ghost for those first few videos. You might get a view, you might get 2 views, you might. But the important thing is that you put yourself out there. Is that you post yourself on YouTube. Is that you walk into a gym. Is that you walk into the grocery store and instead of going into the junk food section, you go to the produce section. It's those small little steps. I say start today. Today can be your day one. Tomorrow can also be your day one, but it can also be your day two. I was reading in Rich Dad Poor Dad that often many people who have potential are often deterred by fear and by doubt. They could have an opportunity right in front of their face, opportunity of a lifetime, but fear and doubt will cause them not to take it. I don't blame you for being fearful or doubting the process. This is something you haven't experienced, something you haven't even really been on yet. So I understand why you wouldn't trust the process at first. But for one, fear is going to hold you back for the rest of your life if you do that. If you keep that mindset, that fear of messing up, that fear of failing, that doubt that it won't work out, you're never going to be successful. You're never going to achieve your goal. It's never going to happen. You need to change your way of thinking. You need to realize that things are possible. What you think is impossible is impossible. We learned how to fly. We might not be flying and, you know, without any equipment, but we can go high up in the air, miles up in the air, where we wouldn't even survive without the equipment. We got planes, jets. We even invented jetpacks. We can't fly that high yet, but you get what I'm saying. We got jetpacks now. Anything is possible. The second thing you need to realize is that comfort is holding you down. See, if you are uncomfortable, if you are truly uncomfortable, you truly felt like you didn't like your life, like you wanted better, every single day was just saddening, you will change. People who've lost weight, lost dramatic weight, people who were just huge, like walking around and it was literally hurting them to breathe. They couldn't fit in certain areas. They couldn't sit in certain chairs. It was literally affecting their life that bad. They were that uncomfortable to the point that they was like, nah, I can't live like this. And they changed it. And I know they hated the first day. I know they hated the second day. But the motivation to change, it comes when you are uncomfortable. So if you really want to change, but you don't know how, you don't know how to stay disciplined or stay on that path, make yourself uncomfortable. Make it so that that's the only thing that will get you out of this rut. Fear is mental. Doubt is mental. You eliminate that, you win. Embrace infinity. Later.